So after releasing my latest video where we went over some of the best weapons in BattleBit Remastered, I got some pretty passionate feedback from a lot of people about their weapons of choice. And two of the weapons I saw, more often than not, was the AK-74 and the FAL. And oh, well, lucky me, there was a playtest on yesterday. So, g'day there once again viewers, your mate Kamikaze78 here, and today I'm going to work out whether or not I was sleeping on the AK-74 and the FAL in BattleBit Remastered. Now, it just so turned out that the latest playtest was very much a kill two birds with one stone situation for me. I went into the playtest to really give the AK-74 and FAL a run for their money. You know, give the weapons the time that everyone was telling me they were due. But this playtest also took place on 6:30 in the morning on a Friday for me, so the Australian servers weren't exactly at their busiest. So, the smaller scale 32v32 player modes were on full display for this session, which gave us an excellent opportunity to see how the game runs again in this smaller format. I normally see myself gravitating towards the 127v127 player modes in the bigger playtests just for that, you know, raw chaos. But this time I didn't really have that choice, and if I'm being honest folks, I'm thankful that I didn't. For the first time, I got to play the Cash Run and Rush game modes in BattleBit, and man, it really did prove to me just how well this game operates at a smaller scale. Rush in particular, oh man, what a pleasure it was to play this game mode again on a game that actually plays well at its core. BattleBit has really done a great job at adapting these larger scale maps and large play spaces for smaller experiences, and the focus on certain points of interest around the larger map really created some fun gameplay flow that was just a pleasure to be a part of. It's great to see the developers really taking the time to capture a wide variety of gameplay and experiences, and so far it doesn't really feel like anything is just sort of being, you know, tacked on for the sake of it, you know? It's there to actually complete the experience. So for those who are a little deterred by the extremely large player counts and overly spacious maps of the headline mode here, there's certainly some more tactical experiences on offer that work wonders. I can tell you, in testing out these weapons here, I certainly felt like I was having much more of a profound impact on the outcome of a game as a solo player due to that lower player count and the freedom of movement that I had. But anyway, speaking of the weapons, let's get back on topic here and I'll stop going on tangents for you guys today. The AK-74 and the FAL. Did I miss something big with these weapons in my last video? Was I wrong for not including them in the last video? Well, yeah, I admit defeat on this, but at the same time, I thank you guys because you have brought to my attention a couple of powerhouse weapons that are just incredible in the hands of a skilled shooter, and quite frankly, flew under my radar. And I want to make it clear out of the gate, both of these weapons are not for the faint of heart. The FAL in particular kicks like an absolute mule, and while the AK-74 is much more controllable by comparison, it's also a step up from its default cousin, the M4A1. But I tell ya, once you wrangle these beauties into line, you are treated with a very, very rewarding experience that will let you really control the battlefield in a lot of situations. Let's start off with that juicy AK-74 here. As you guys know, I was a real stan for the M4 here, and I think we can all agree that's coming from a good place, right? As we said in our last video, the M4 is reliable, it's consistent, it's very hard to throw it at a range in which it doesn't work, right? All the good stuff. So I stuck with what was comfortable. But the AK-74 has a very neat trick up its sleeve that actually makes it arguably kind of better in the hands of a more skilled shooter that doesn't require the benefits of accuracy that the M4 provides. You see, ladies and gentlemen, when we go ahead and throw a heavy barrel attachment onto the AK-74, it adds another 3 points of damage to the weapon's maximum damage payload. My understanding is that the attachment adds a 10% bonus to maximum damage output for all guns in the game, so what's so special here? Well, when the AK-74 gets the heavy barrel, it jams the maximum damage up to 36.3 per shot, crossing the threshold that then allows the AK-74 to become a 3-shot kill against a target, assuming you don't hit any armor. And it can do this all the way out to approximately 40 meters based on my testing. That is crazy consistency in the world of BattleBit and bullets to kill. I do admit the chances of you scoring that optimal 3-shot kill is pretty rare with all of the armor systems that are out there in the game, but the there's another secret benefit that comes from the addition of the heavy barrel here that we have to bring up as well on the AK-74. The heavy barrel increases the headshot damage of the AK-74 from 49.5 to 54.45 within that maximum damage range, which, yep, that means you move the weapon up from being a 3-shot headshot killing weapon to a 2-shot headshot killing weapon. Unfortunately, if your target still has a helmet on, this will ruin the dream, but to any targets running a helmet that doesn't bring them any sort of durability improvement, that is going to be a left-right good night by the AK-74 for that target. And man, does it feel damn good doing that. It has to be said, I've been loving the way the AK-74 plays with that heavy barrel attachment, and of course, as you throw on things like an underbarrel grip and a sight, it really does become an accurate laser. So yeah, I admit I was sleeping on the AK something serious. I used it for the majority of the playtest, and I gotta be honest, I kinda never found a reason or a want even to switch away from it. But well, that was until I decided it was time to give the FAL a run for its money, as again, you guys let me have it in the comment section for not including it in that video. So, is the uproar justified? After spending some time with it, I can certainly see where people are coming from. The weapon rocks a whopping 40 damage a hit with a 60 damage headshot, which is enough to two-shot a target in the head regardless of what kind of headgear they have on. Helmet with durability or not, this is a 2-shot kill regardless. I think the only exception to this rule may be the super heavy Juggernaut-esque headpiece that is available to the support class, but don't quote me on that. The FAL certainly gets business done, and it gets done quickly, and I can see why everyone was going on and on about its outright DPS. The consistency in the headshot game is a real highlight in particular, and the fact that you don't need to run any additional attachments to score a consistent 3-shot kill is pretty sweet here as well. In fact, even when body armor is a part of the equation for the FAL, I'm pretty sure it just brushes it aside and still scores that 3-shot kill in most situations. However, as I said before earlier in the video, and I must reiterate here again, the FAL is not for the inexperienced shooter, and even with a full recoil accuracy build on it, bring that recoil down as much as you can, it kicks, and it kicks hard. It kicks like a mule that's been given steroids. Also, the 20-round magazine here doesn't do much in the way of favors for the FAL either. Even in those smaller game modes that I was testing this weapon in, I just found myself truly wishing for an extra 10 rounds you can find in most other assault rifles. This can of course be fixed with an attachment if you spend enough time with the FAL, but at the same time I found myself suffering the same issues with the Scar H, and I rated that weapon very highly. So it ain't exactly a FAL exclusive issue here, and given my opinion of the Scar, I don't think I should take too much away from the FAL in that department as a result. So yeah, generally speaking guys, I'm glad you pointed these two weapons out to me because yes, I was sleeping on them, I was focusing on other stuff instead, and here we are, these are probably a couple of my highest rated guns in the game, just hands down. They are both super effective, both with very high skill ceilings. Again, something I would not recommend starting out with as a new player. If you're just getting into BattleBit, if you're learning the game, learning the recoil patterns, spend some time on the less punishing weapons first, and then move your way up to these guns, because I promise you, they'll be here for a while, and they're well worth the wait once you get there. But if you try and force yourself into using a hard to use weapon while you're still inexperienced in the shooting game here, you're only going to frustrate yourself. So take your time and get there at your own pace. But folks, now I want to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. What are some of your other favorite weapons in BattleBit Remastered, and what weapons should I be giving a go in the coming playtests? Would love to hear your guys' thoughts. I would also love to hear your suggestions as to what kind of content you want to see from me in relation to BattleBit Remastered. Do you want to see tier lists, weapon reviews, weapon guides, map guides even? What the hell do you want to see for this game, guys? I really want to hear your thoughts. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, as it does go a long way to supporting the channel, and if you're new here, consider subscribing whilst you're at it to stay up to date with future content. As always guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, peace out, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Take care guys, have a good one.